I think it's a combination of two: the right positioning of the book, which I spoke to a little bit before, looking at, the metadata feed to the websites, the product pages on Amazon, to make sure that the product description is right, that the author, has the right kind of author presence on Amazon. Maybe if they're utilizing their social media in the best of ways. For nonfiction, that platform is extremely important. Publishers have it in their mind that if an author has 1 million social media followers, at least 10% of the people will buy the book. And I've seen it for myself where authors who are right around that number practically sell that amount of books because they have a direct audience they can go to and asking them to buy the book. Fiction, it's not driven in the same way. Fiction is about the quality of the writing, the author by extension of that becoming a household name. So fiction almost doesn't have to bother with all of that noise. If it has it, it's great because that's bells and whistles for the author. To have awards, to have a big social media following, a built-in audience, it's all great. But at the end of the day, for fiction, it's about the quality of the writing. So what kind of element goes toward making that book, like a New York Times bestseller or a USA Today bestseller? It's really hard to say other than just good quality writing. I think authors that are either writing to something in the market or we talked about earlier about trends on the way. People were trying to put their finger on, for instance, what Dan Brown had really done with the Da Vinci Code. The publisher hadn't really done a book like that before in fiction. But when they started mining their backlist and going back and looking at previously published titles, what they saw was in nonfiction, there were a lot of people who were interested in church conspiracies, specifically having to do with Mary Magdalene. And so there was an underserved or underrepresented or whatever audience who would have loved to read about this in fiction. They couldn't get enough books about it in terms of nonfiction. So sometimes people can be like sitting on a gold mine and they don't even know it. So a lot of this stuff is very, very organic, and sometimes you can just write to the market and try to ride that wave. But I think if you're going to ride the wave, you really want to be maybe second or third in line type of thing. You don't really want to be at the tail end of that wave. Even better, just make your own waves.